Good morning, everybody. It is Monday, May 18th. I'm going to read you another story today. Before I do want to talk to you about the fact that there are so many critters running around outside and inside my house. And I was wondering if you have had the same experience. And I'm not talking about your pets, like your cats, your dogs, your parakeets. In my house, for example, I've had lots of these really big black ants living under my garbage can and near my sink. And when I do, like, I'm going to sponge clean off the counter or put something in the garbage, often I'll feel like these legs crawling at my hand and I'll be like, ah! And it's a big black ant. It's not a little black ant, it's a big one. Still working on how to deal with that because I don't like to use poisons in my house. So anyway, that's something I've been dealing with. Plus, we have had some visitors on our deck. We've had 3 baby squirrels who are very cute. One of them is named Timmy, Leray says, that's his name, and he's the naughtiest of the 3. He does things like won't let his siblings eat the cracker that I put out on the porch. He also loves to jump on the window and rile up my cats and get them excited. And I have a video of that, so maybe I'll post it so you guys can see it. But right now I'm going to read the Icky Bug Alphabet Book, which I think you're going to enjoy. Today I'm going to read half, and the other half I'll read on Wednesday, since it's a long book and there's a lot of information about each bug. It's written by Jerry Pallotta and illustrated by Ralph Masiello. And I wonder if you can guess what the first bug is that they talk about. It starts with the letter A. By the way, in sign language, this is A. A is for alphabet book. It is also for ant. Ants are hard workers. Ants are able to carry things that are larger and heavier than they are. They always seem to be trying to build something. Some of these insects remind me of you guys. Like, you guys like to build things all the time. We'll keep thinking about that as we go through the book. B. B is for bumblebee. Because the bumblebee is furry, it is able to stay outside in cooler weather than other types of bees. Bumblebees fly from flower to flower, collecting nectar to make honey. We'll start seeing a lot more bees soon when more flowers start to bloom. C is for cricket. The cricket likes to hide under things. It makes noise by rubbing its wings together. Isn't it fun to listen to lots of crickets at night? I think it is. Yeah, sometimes you don't see the critters, you only hear them, like with the spring peepers or the crickets, although you can see them. D. D is for dragonfly. The dragonfly has 4 wings. When dragonflies stop flying and take a rest, they are unable to fold their wings back. And so we get to see their beautiful wings all the time. E. Now this next page is a conflicting one for me because I love the letter E. My name starts with the letter E. It's in lots of words, but then it's my least favorite insect, or one of my least favorite insects. E is for earwig. No one seems to know how the earwig got its name. It does not crawl into people's ears. It has a pincher at the tail end of its body, and that is one of my least favorite insects, mostly because they're kind of creepy looking and they like the shower and they pinch. Like when I tried to pick one up once to get rid of it, it pinched me and I did not appreciate that. F. Now this is a different situation. The F insect is a favorite insect. F is for favorite and for firefly. Fireflies shine like light bulbs in the dark. When they light up, they can find each other more easily. Fireflies are easy to catch because they fly so slowly. And I know that I used to catch them when I was young, but I always let them go, which I think you should do too. G is for grasshopper. Grasshoppers can jump really well, like you. If you try to catch one, it will usually jump away just as you're about to touch it. H, another not favorite insect. H is for horsefly. The green-headed horsefly has pretty eyes, but it has a terrible bite. If one of them lands on you, be careful. Yikes! Push it away. I. I is for Io moth. The Io moth has 2 spots on its lower wings that look like eyes. When birds go near these moths and see the spots, they become startled and fly away. That's a pretty picture. J. J is for Japanese beetle. These beetles love to eat flowers. Sometimes they eat so much that they cause lots of damage to plants. Come on, Japanese beetles. Leave our flowers alone. K. K is for katydid. Katydids, like crickets, make noises by rubbing their wings together. The noise they make sounds like their name. Katydid, katydid, katydid. Sometimes they say, katydidn't. Do you believe that? I don't think I've ever heard that. L. L is for ladybug. This insect is really called a ladybird beetle. They are so round, it is hard to believe that they can fly, but they can. M. M is for monarch. The monarch butterfly is known for migrating. It flies from the northern United States all the way to Mexico. Birds know that monarchs taste awful, so they never go near them. And we have hatched monarchs in our classroom in the past. They're very beautiful. I'm going to stop there for today and come back to this book on Wednesday. By the way, Adeline's butterflies hatched this weekend, and I'll post a picture of that too. It's very exciting. She didn't have monarchs. She had, I believe, painted lady butterflies. All right, so I'm going to read you a few riddles. One of them is about an insect that was in this book, and it's the first one. I'll give you a hint. So listen carefully. What has 4 wings, 1 fuzzy body, 6 legs, and sounds like a motor? Think about that. 4 wings, 1 fuzzy body, 6 legs, and sounds like a motor. Bumblebee. Very good. All right. Listen carefully to this one. This is kind of tricky. It's not an insect. I'll give you a hint. What has 4 wings, 2 long necks, and swims on a pond? So it has 4 wings and 2 long necks. Not ducks. It's a little tricky. 2 swans, because 2 swans, they each have 1 neck, so it's 2 necks, and between them they have 4 wings. All right, last one. What has 12 legs, 3 tongues, and eats flies? What do you think? I'll give you a hint. It's one of Ider's favorite critters. That's right, 3 frogs. Could also be 3 toads, but I was thinking about frogs when I did the riddle. All right. I might read you one more math critter question, but first I thought we could do some drawing. What I was going to ask you guys is, when you go outside today, or even when you're inside like me, you might have ants in your house, go outside and find some critters. Count their legs, count their wings, study them. You can take a picture of them, you can draw a picture of them. Sometimes you might just want to listen to them really carefully, get really close, see if they make a sound. You might not even have to get close. For example, the birds around me are making a lot of noise and I can hear them very well. But I'm going to do a drawing of an insect because insects are pretty neat. And my drawing might not be great, but I'll do my best. I do like to draw. Oh, my Sharpie's running out of ink. Do my best. So a lot of insects have 2 parts to their bodies, which I believe is the thorax. And a lot of insects have 6 legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's why they're insects, because they have 6 legs. Some insects have wings and some don't, like the bumblebee, for example. They also have really interesting eyes, usually. This guy is going to have really big eyes. They have antennae. Now, this bug looks kind of like an ant. Maybe it's because I have so many ants in my house. So my next drawing is going to be a made-up insect. It's just going to be. So I'm going to change the orientation of my paper, and I'm going to make kind of a squiggly shape, like that. So my icky bug is going to have a funny shaped body. It's going to have wings that are very small compared to its body. What do you guys think of those wings? Do you think the wings could carry that body? It might be pretty hard. So because of that, I'm going to give him long legs, really long legs with funny little feet. And then it's going to have 2 more legs right up here. So my icky bug is going to have 4 really long legs, and then to help it crawl, it's going to have a lot of little legs just sticking out with little feet. These could also maybe be feelers. Now, what kind of head or face should it have? I'm going to give it a long neck, and the head is going to stick out and smile. And it has a nose. It's pretty funny looking. And I'll give it some hair. And of course some antennae. So that is my Icky Bug. I might add some color to it later. And you can have fun with bugs. Bugs are fun to draw. You can draw anything that you find inside or outside. And if you don't want to draw, you don't have to. You can just listen, you can study them, you can write about them, take a picture of them, or even a video if you happen to be following a critter around. And I would love to hear about it, and I know your friends would too. So that would be something to look forward to. Now before I go, I'm going to read a question for you guys. It's about a chameleon. So this is a really fun book that we read in school sometimes called Bedtime Math. You don't have to just do it at bedtime, but it's fun to do it before you go to bed. And this is about a chameleon. So let's face it, chameleons won't ever win a beauty contest. Their fast-licking tongues, funny-shaped horns, and eyeballs that roll in separate directions don't make this type of lizard all that handsome. But chameleons can dress up or down better than any other animal. When they sense danger, within a second, they can blend into the background by changing their skin color to pink, turquoise, orange, or a host of other funky colors. If you tried changing your clothes as fast as your pet chameleon, you'd find the lizard would always win. So here's the picture of that fun chameleon. And I'm going to ask you a math question about it. If your pet chameleon has 2 spinny eyeballs, 2 horns, and a really long tongue, how many unusual body parts is that? So we can actually write that down in case you're having trouble keeping track of the things that they were talking about. So let's pretend that you have a pet chameleon, which some of you either might have one now or might have one in the future. We're going to make 2 spinny eyeballs. So your chameleon has 2 spinny eyeballs. 1, 2. 2 horns. 1, 2. Those are the horns. And 1 really long tongue. So let's draw the tongue. Let's count how many unusual body parts that is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to rate the number 5 here so you can see it. 5 unusual body parts. And that's something else that you can do if you're thinking or studying critters. You can count what you notice. How many wings do they have? How many eyes do they have? How many legs do they have? Anyway, I hope that you have fun today. It sounds like it might be a couple of really nice days before it starts to rain over the weekend. So get outside and have a really good time. Bye.